look at this one. This one's in the fourth quadrant. So if we take those same decimal approximations, so 0 and 3.14, those are the easiest ones to remember. Divide 3.14 in half, we get 1.57, so we have those. What about the last quadrantal angle down here at 3 pi over 2, or 270 degrees? What would that decimal approximation be? Well, if we take 3.14 and add the 1.57, we get 4.71. And then all the way across at 2 pi, what would that decimal be? Well, 2 times 3.14, that leaves us with 6.28 radians. And remember, these are approximations. Pi goes on forever, so we're definitely rounding here. But since they want us to round to the nearest whole number anyways, it's okay to do this. So knowing these 4 quadrantal angles in their decimal approximations for radians, what is the nearest integer we think this theta is at? So here, if we look, if we go around this way, here's 3.14, we're gonna get, so we already said 2's here, 3's here. What's the only integer in the third quadrant? It's gonna be 4. And then we get, as we continue around between 4.71 and 6.28, we're gonna be at 5 and 6 before we get to 6.28. We should probably add 1 in the first quadrant there. So what radian measure are we at for this blue angle? Well, I would say we would rotate 5 radians in a counterclockwise direction. But do you guys see that here they had the angle measure going down from the x-axis? So if we do that, we are going down actually 1 radian, we could say. So I would say either this is 5 radians or -1 radian. So you could say 5 radians. You could just say 5, you could say -1 radian. I would go with the most, I think, exact answer for this one. Since the arrow was pointing down, it wanted a negative angle. So I would give that -1. And the reason we did -1 was, again, it wanted an integer answer for theta. So we didn't need the decimal, just went down -1 radians. Okay. All right, so I hope this sort of makes sense. And again, you want to make sure you are super familiar with this. What I would do if I were you guys is take out that unit circle on the colored piece of paper that we did with degrees. And what I would do is right next to all the degrees that you filled in, why don't you go ahead and put all the radian measures next to those degrees? So now you can have your unit circle out as you're doing your Math Excel, and it should be a big help. All right, well, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll be back on Monday to answer any questions that you have. And yeah, have a great weekend. We'll see you guys later.